This adventure takes place closer to home in Southend-on-Sea, as we finally get to see behind these imposing walls. Nazareth House began life on the site of Milton Hall during the 1870s, under the Sisters of Nazareth, who constructed orphanages and convalescent homes across the country. The home's east and west wings were added some 20 years later. After wondering what was inside this place since we were young, in this video we venture inside this Victorian refuge in its final days. One of the oldest sections of the building is its chapel, dating to 1876. Its Gothic Revival design may have been inspired by the nearby St Helens Roman Catholic Church along Milton Road. So let's take a look inside. After hearing of its closure, we attempted to find a way inside the complex after dark. After an unsuccessful first attempt, we were joined by local explorer Brandon, and we were finally in luck. We returned on several occasions to document it in photographs and video, each presenting us with their own challenges due to the partial occupancy of the building. The kitchen was a modern extension. It was clear it stopped serving food for the home's elderly residents some time ago. Working our way around locked doors, we finally neared the centrepiece of the complex. It was a surreal feeling reaching the beautiful chapel in all its glory with the power still on. Whilst the chapel's furnishings had been mostly stripped, a few of its details survived, including this impressive marble altar. The impressive chapel interior was incredibly unassuming, hidden away behind the house's walls along the main road. In the last few decades, only very few have been able to appreciate this hidden interior. But once it would have been visited not just by residents of the house, but also by locals from surrounding parishes. Whilst small, it is clear the chapel was made to be looked at, and we were some of the last ever people to get the chance to appreciate it fully. We decided to return again to appreciate the chapel and its stained glass in daylight. There is one more interesting feature still here to see: the crypt. This simple barrel-vaulted structure, hidden under a trapdoor, is said to have once held two bodies, that of theatre critic Clement Scott and Bishop James Bellod, who died in 1904 and 1905. Returning to the surface, it was now time to explore the rest of Nazareth House. It was nice to properly see the areas we had only previously stumbled through in the dark, in daylight. While some areas were decayed, many areas still showed signs of recent use. The actual residence rooms of the home were empty and quite repetitive, so we didn't bother to record much of them. Even in the daytime, the corridors looked eerie. Like many parts of the building, this hall appears to have been a post-war addition. As plain as it may be, it can still be seen to have had some minimalist style. Few parts of the wider building had retained their original features, although a few clues to the age of the building could still be seen in places. We still believed the building was partially occupied by security or somebody else, so we steered clear of this corridor on numerous occasions, which ran across the west wing. Over the course of several months, we would return to explore different parts of the building over several occasions. The buzz of fluorescent lighting and plain yet dated decor added to the slightly unnerving liminal feel of the spaces. Old lift. Listen to that. The rooms of the eastern ward were largely uninteresting. We checked its 3 floors just in case.
Feels like a school or something, right?
To add to the eeriness of the empty rooms, we came across door cards with pictures of the building's former residents on.
5 PM. This isn't the bloody residence. GDPR. I don't think. You never know, this might not be.
The floors kept on going as we discovered a 4th floor in the converted attic. One more interesting structure we noticed whilst exploring the property was this tiled shed next to the home's small cemetery. Its glazed tiles and location made us wonder if it was perhaps a mortuary. When we last exited the former convalescent home in late 2023, little did we know it would be for the very last time. Demolition works would begin on Nazareth House only a month later, after finally losing a decades-long battle to keep developers at bay. With various residential propositions having been rejected over many years, the council eventually gave in, prompting the demolition of the property in early 2024. Despite the chapel's incredible architecture and its value to the area's local history, listing applications were rejected by Historic England on the grounds that its surroundings have been heavily altered. Only the bare bones of the interior survived, and that it lacked wider significance to national heritage. This may be true, but like many other buildings, it will become another lost piece of Southend's local history. Unprotected to developers, inevitably came the onset of its sad demolition.